Storj. Can't make up their mind. Well, they have. It's storage. So decentralized physical infrastructure is a huge narrative that's been taken over as of late. The success of Helium over the past year or so, or a couple of years really, has led to a lot of excitement about DePIN. And Storj, to be fair, did really well throughout the bear cycle, so I want to take a look at where this can hit in the upcoming bull cycle. Before I get into it though, guys, if you're new to this channel, these are the first 26 coins that I actually did videos about on this channel, and in the videos I showed myself buying up all of these coins. These were coins that I expected were going to make me a ton of cash. You can see what these coins were worth when I actually recorded and released the videos, and the highs that all these coins hit. And if you would put in $100, these are what your profits, and these are profits, would have been from $100 into each of these. And if you'd have done all 26, your total profit would have been over 123 grand. In under a year and a half, that's pretty damn good. Now, I don't share the coins that I own on YouTube anymore, but I do share them on my website, which is copymycrypto.com. So when I find a coin like many of these that I think is going to make me a ton of cash, I buy it. And what it means is I jump onto my site, tell my members about the coin, the profits it can have, and the money I'm putting in, and they can copy along exactly. When someone joins copymycrypto.com, they'll be able to see my entire portfolio straight off the bat. And what this means is the members can copy along exactly. It means they're going to make the exact same cash as me. Now, if you don't have your portfolio sorted, now is the time. We've got the halving in like 10, 11 days. After that, the markets are going to get crazy. And if you haven't sorted things out, now is actually the time, because in a couple of months, it's going to be too late. So go on to copymycrypto.com, read the site, read what it's all about, what's happened in the past. It's all public record, so you can verify it all. Because it may well be a service you should try. Now, Storj. So, Storj has been through two bull cycles. I mean, it went through half of one in 2017-18. But it's actually in a long-term uptrend. It hit new high in 2021. Now, Storj, it's pronounced as storage, but I'm never going to say that. Storj is an open source cloud storage platform. Decentralized network of nodes to host user data. Now, talking of that, DePIN narrative is massive. So this is decentralized physical infrastructure. Now, there's two different ways that DePIN's categorized. One is physical resource networks. So these are location-based decentralized physical resource networks. That's where they're basically in a fixed location. Whereas digital resource networks, which is exactly what this is, these provide resources like computing power, like shared bandwidth or storage facilities. The resources are not set to a location or even related to locational data. Now, this is expected to be a very, very significant growth sector within crypto, purely off of the basis that these actually have functionality. They have a use case. You know, there are a lot of crypto projects out there that don't necessarily have a massive use case. You know, meme coins are a great example. Now, meme coins are hugely high risk, but if they pay off, they're massively profitable. So it's something like a meme coin, it's a measured risk. Like I'm willing to lose this percentage of my portfolio if it doesn't land, and you work under an assumption it doesn't land. But very few of them have utility. Storj has real utility. Like these digital resource networks have massive utility, whether it's computing power or shared bandwidth or storage facilities. I mean, think about it from this perspective. Shared bandwidth could, in theory, change the way in which streaming services work. Computing power can improve the potential for rendering for any sort of animation-based company or CGI-based company or whatever. Storage facilities improve situations for everyone, actually, across the board, because you can, in theory, obviously use the cloud, but we've seen exploits on these centralized networks, and the reason that we see exploits on centralized networks is they have a single point of failure. And when that failure occurs, it's bloody significant. You know, there was the hack, I don't know how many years ago now, where all the celebs got hacked. And loads of, you know, female celebs had their photos and stuff out there. And something like Storj, something like Sirecoin, something like Filecoin, all of these, they have a decentralized network where there isn't a single point of failure. And the good thing about these kind of networks is, look, your whatever you're looking to store on someone's computer is all encrypted, so it's not like they can get on it at all. The Storj token has legitimately great functionality, because what's the point of it? Well, you use that as your medium of exchange. So if I wanted to rent out storage space, I'd pay in Storj to whomever I was renting out from. If I want to rent out a ton of storage space on my computer, I get paid in Storj. So the token itself is always going to have a utility. What's also really beneficial is it's a lot cheaper. These networks are far, far, far cheaper than the monthly cost that you will pay to, you know, Google or Apple or whoever the hell you're going to use. And fundamentally, with crypto projects that have massive utility, and whether that's your Helium Mobile or Storj or Sirecoin or Filecoin or any of these DePIN based crypto projects, we're going to see growth, because over the course of time, more people are going to realize that there is a real use case. They're better to use. They're easier. They're actually very, very, not easier. I wouldn't say easier than centralized networks, but they're bloody easy. A lot of them. The one I would say is not overly easy, actually, or not as good as Filecoin, which interestingly has the highest market cap. And what's going to be interesting is what happens if something bad happens with one of these centralized networks again. And from a basic chart standpoint, Storj should hit a new high. It managed to do it from 2018 to 2021. We're coming up to another bull cycle. It should probably achieve that once again. I'd be looking at $4 or $5 for Storj. Because at the moment it is being used pretty well. One thing that they should do is market a little better. Like, we should see a stronger push on advertising for companies like these where there's such a use case, because you can draw users in very easily with something that has a use case. You know, as opposed to sort of a crypto project that has no utility, you're really only appealing from an advertising standpoint to retail investors that think they might make, 50 times the money or whatever. But with something that has a use case, you just need to bring users in. It's as simple as that. And I think they can do very well. I think inevitably they'll break a new high, and like I say, $4 or $5 is a good target. However, if we see a centralized hack, and I mean like a massive centralized hack, whether it's Google, Apple, whatever, and we see another sort of situation where a lot of people's personal information gets out into the space, the result, apart from that company probably losing some users, not tons, because shockingly that didn't happen last time. But what would probably happen is we would see a huge run on decentralized storage. So it's really worth keeping an eye on the news, just from we've seen it before, like we've seen it over the past year, like keep an eye on when ChatGPT gets into the news and you see AI coins just moon. If there's a centralized hack, we will see decentralized storage networks pump like wild, because a huge narrative will take over of these single point of failures can't be relied upon. This is where I need to go. If that happens, $10, $15 could be easily on the cards, because it would just take over, and it would be a mainstream news story for a month or two, when, if some photos and stuff ended up getting out. It doesn't mean it's going to happen. Obviously, you're talking about a hacker breaking into one of the most secure networks in the world, but it's bloody interesting. So it may well happen. So keep an eye on that. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Do you think this can do way more? Do you think DePIN narrative is going to be even bigger than what I'm suggesting? Tell me in the comments down below. And guys, look, we're in a bull cycle right now. If you do not have your portfolio sorted, now is the time. These are profits you're not going to make back if you wait 2-3 months. If you're in any way unsure about your portfolio, if you're not convinced by it, if you barely got started, go and read copymycrypto.com. Go have a look at what the members have earned, the things I've said in the past, because it may well be able to help you out. In 2020, I did a course about a coin called Phantom. No one was talking about Phantom when I did that course. Phantom had a market cap of $9 million. I said it was going to be the biggest or best investment of 2020. It went up nearly 700 times from when I released that course. People that took that became millionaires. When I find coins like Phantom now, I don't create a course. I just buy the coin. I tell my members about the coin and they can copy along. There's a reason that we have thousands of members on the site. They've made great money in crypto. And if you want to see what they've made, again, go have a look at the site, read through it all. Because we're 10 days or so away from the halving. And after that, things get wild. So now is the time to get things sorted. So like I say, read over the site and see if it's a service that you need to try. And that's it from me, guys. Have a good day. Bye-bye.